In this tutorial, we learn about the mode. The mode is the value or the number that appears most frequently in a dataset. That means the value of a dataset which is occurring most frequently is called a mode. To find a mode or modal value, it's best to put the number in order, then count how many of each number appears most often in the mode. And the value which is appearing most often will be the mode. So let's take an example of an individual series, that is 5, 7, 10, 5 and 3. For finding out the mode of this individual series, first we have to arrange the data in order. That means 3, 5, 5, 7 and 10. This is the arrangement of the data in order, to be more exact in ascending order. And you can see that 5 is occurring for 2 times in this data, and all the other values of the data is occurring for a single time. So here 5 is occurring most frequently in the dataset, and the mode will be 5. It's so simple to find out the mode of an individual series. Here we can see another example of individual series, and in this example you can see that 4 and 5 is occurring for the same time in the data, both of this data appearing most frequently in the dataset. So in this dataset, which value will be the mode? And the simple answer of this data is 4 and 5 both is the modal value of this dataset. That means we can say that the mode of this value is 4 and 5. And if in a data 2 mode exists, then this data will be bimodal data. As same, if there's any data which having 3 values as a mode, it will be trimodal, and more than 2 values it called as multimodal data. Here we can see a discrete series, and by observing carefully we can see that the value 20 is occurring frequently in the dataset because the frequency of 20 is 8, which is the biggest number of this frequency rows. According to the definition of mode, we can say the mode of this discrete series is 20. It's as simple as that. And let's talk about the mode for a grouped data. Here we can see a continuous series or a grouped data. To find out the mode for this grouped data, we just have to construct a frequency distribution table for this continuous series. And here the frequency distribution table, and for finding out the mode for this grouped data, we just have to use a formula, that is L1 plus del 1 divided by del 1 plus del 2 into C. Here L1 means the lower limit of the modal class, and del 1 means the difference between frequency of premodal and the modal class, and the del 2 means difference of postmodal and the modal class. So for using this formula, first we have to find out the modal class. According to the definition of mode, the modal class will appear most frequently in a dataset. That means in this frequency distribution, the modal class will be 20 to 30 because it has the most frequency. This is 8 for this distribution. By observing this data, you have to find out the modal class, and if the modal class is 20 to 30, then the lower limit of the modal class, that means L1, should be 20, and the difference of the frequency of premodal and modal class, that means the premodal class of this data is 10 to 20 and the frequency of this class is 6, and the difference of the premodal class, the difference of the frequency of premodal class and the modal class, that means the del 1 is equals to 8 minus 6, that is 2, and the difference of postmodal and modal class, that is del 2, is equals to 6 minus 8, that is also 2, and the class interval of this dataset is 10. By using these values in this formula, we can find out the mode easily. So let's use the value into the formula here, and the mode will be 20 plus 2 divided by 2 plus 2 into 10, which is equals to 20 plus 2 divided by 4 into 10, which is equals to 25. So we can say that the mode of this grouped data is 25. So we have learned to find out the mode for an individual series and discrete series as well as the continuous series in this video.